what happens in Ravens Dolphins, I think there is at least the conversation of, wait a minute, did we disqualify Dak from the MVP race too early? I think he would be back if he went over a good team, a standalone window, and his numbers, all of a sudden, Purdy's coming in the 4-interception game, his best interception ratio, depending on what Tua Lamar do. I'm not saying I think Dak's going to win it, but I think he will be back in the conversation, particularly if Philly slips up and Dallas ends the weekend as the 2 seed, which you have talked about being a key to historical MVPs, being the 1 or the 2 seed, but I think Dallas wins it. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get more from the show and to check out clips from other shows on that festival. Time now for a segment so hot in an emergency, you can use it to clean wounds in the woods. It's upset alert. Drew and I on a furious hot streak. Drew getting his last 3 upset alerts right. Me getting the last 1. Greg, you also got your last 1 correct. Congratulations. Maybe your last 2, I think, go back and look. Definitely just I got straight up, baby. Yeah, the Bengals are so frustrating. I get it. Explain. Let me explain this. First and foremost, unlike my colleague Nick, I do not believe in the Chiefs. They are who they are, and some of us, like myself, understand that once a team shows you who they are, it's time to move on. I know that's not what you're going to do, but the Bengals have all the reasons to believe that they can beat this team. The history shows me that they play this team very well. He keeps the game tight defensively. When you look at Jamar Chase and some of the things that he's saying, like this team is going to come to play. I like the Bengals because they believe in this moment. They've already beaten the Chiefs in the past, but in this moment, oh man, we can do something. We can really put this team out of their misery. Started. I just simply like the Bengals because they have nothing to lose. And when I look at the teams that are on the board, when you play in this game, and you play this late in the season, these are the teams you don't want to play. Teams that have something to play for and they don't have anything locked up, but there is a fighting chance. Like the Bengals are playing with a good heart, dangerous teams. They're extremely dangerous. The Chiefs are sputtering, almost out of gas. And right now, the Bengals are aware. Correct. You can just check it. Just making sure all 3 are fine. Just make because it's not ringing right now. I'm trying to face it. Just make sure Monday you're around. Just make sure Monday. Maybe. Just make sure Monday you answer, okay? That's all I can. You won't be here, but make sure you're available Monday or because of our test. Just make sure he never has to answer. He is right a lot, but he won't be this week. Just make sure you answer him. Look, you put it up there, the graphic. See the teams you know on the face of this moment. I got the Pittsburgh Steelers going up into Seattle. Open up the fridge. Get out the bread, the Wonder Bread, and ham and cheese, and make me a sandwich while I watch some television. From the rugged AFC North is going to go up in there and beat the Seattle Seahawks. So, that guy needs to now. The sandwich. There's no facts behind it at all. No rationale. I'm against the red ham and cheese. 4 seconds after being all over the carpet, not only by Tomlin and others, but everybody, right? Came out and did what we all know he's going to do. I think Deontay Johnson will have a big game. I think they'll be able to run the ball. Seattle's been terrible against the run the last month or so. So I think they're going to run the ball on them. And Mason Rudolph will turn into a pumpkin in about Vegas upset alert. And again, that segment has really gone awry. Because it used to just be like, hey, what team is on upset? Then I started to get them all right, off of outright wins. This is a true upset. Because not only do I don't think the Patriots are going to win, I don't even want the Patriots to win. So the Patriots valiantly cover against the Bills. Guys, is this called a cop? Why? It's called we do a whole segment called Nick's Picks about covering the spread.
Yeah, exactly. And we do a whole segment called Upset Alert about upsets. So you got it in the wrong segment, doofus.
Wrong.
You must be out of your mind.
Sorry, in any event. So it's a huge spread. It's a 2-touchdown spread. You're thinking, the Patriots stink. The Patriots are tomato cans. I say, even if you do think that, let's look at big spreads and how they've been doing recently. Early in the year, 10-point underdogs getting smoked. December, as you figure out who your team actually is, 3-4 against the spread. They're 6-1. So whatever you do, the Patriots will cover this. Why? Because we have a great defense. We give up the 8th fewest yards. We're the second best rushing defense. Again, how do you have such a great defense? Honestly,
preparing to engage.
Bill Belichick is like your friend who's like way into sneakers and doesn't care about the rest of their outfit. Like, check out my sneakers. Like, buddy, it looks terrible. Between our defense.
What about
interceptions, which would actually score points for the other team. That's all to guarantee. That would have been great for Nick. Bang. All right, Nick's picks time. Guys, listen. Hasn't been a great year in the Nick's picks. Don't say that. It just hasn't been. I'm honest with America. Luckily, it's a new year starting next week. Listen, I got to get shoulder the rest of the way. But listen, I just need to go 6-0. And basically, my numbers for the regular season, not going to the postseason. And while Lyles just pick up the Patriots and upset them was ridiculous. You know what's not ridiculous? Let's go first pick. Patriots up 14. And they let it. I like it. I don't know if you guys know, but as of late, big underdogs have been covering. They've been covering machines. It's a divisional team. It's an excellent defense. It's a team with a great run defense. I thought everything was the same as the Bills a couple seconds ago. Patriots owners are great. I just think if they can't say it to mock Mac Jones, that worked perfectly with the analysis lab. Perfect. Next, big show. At T-shirt game. Clinch the division, Baker. And a little pour some champagne. Give yourself a much-deserved bye week. Just punch that 4 seat, get your feet up. Watch the rest of the NFC beat each other up fighting proceeding while you guys get to hang out with their floor shorts, watching other teams play football. They are going to speak the same. Let's be honest, they want this season to be over. I'm not sure if they want Derek Carr to be over as well, but they probably do. Less than a few days, and the insult to the best quarterback in the NFC and a man who, mark my words, will show up on at least 2 MVP ballots as a 5th place for us. NFC South. What did I say? NFC. You got carried away. Yeah. What did I say? Best quarterback in the NFC? Yeah. We'll talk to me in a week. Next! Arizona. Getting 12. Another big underdog. Wild Philly. They covered all the time. The Bengals haven't blown anyone out in 2 years. Meanwhile, it looks like Kyler's going to play. And Philadelphia is just trying to hold on for dear life for the division. I know Hollywood Brown is on the IR for the rest of the year. That's not great, but what is great is this. Backdoor cover for Kyler. Philadelphia just trying to escape. And the Cardinals this year, Kyler trying to play, so he is not. He wants the Cardinals to not have one of those top 2 picks, so he has extra motivation. Cardinals, big underdog. So Cardinals plus 12, Patriots plus 14. I love them. Bucks minus 2.5. You say that every week. No, I don't. 1 and 2 every week.
No, those are great. Those are all dubs.
Thanks, Wild.
Coming up next, more bulletin board material from Jamar Chase. He says Jalen Ramsey not on the Chiefs. Wow. You wouldn't believe how much of the game is played on the third base. Thank God it's sweet. You go home with the soul sweet. I can make 3 million around the world.
Splendid. Miami heads into Baltimore as 3.5-point underdogs.
News this afternoon, Jalen Waddle. Ow, what? Are we playing breakdancing music? Yes, it's for yesterday, Mike McDaniel posited a response to Patrick Queen's viral quote that the Ravens, quote, brand of football, or play a brand of football that people don't want to play. Everybody wants to be cute, playing basketball on grass, and we are not with all that. Well, here's Mike McDaniel's response.
Cute basketball on grass. So can you talk about the report?
Was they talking about me?
Yeah, oh yeah. Cute basketball on grass.
Yeah, thank you. I feel like, I haven't checked lately, but I feel like we're pretty good at stopping the run and running the football. That's generally not associated with cuteness. Whatever. It's something. It's something. Bro, just, I know we have a lot of loyal viewers. Yeah. But just for any new viewers or someone that's been out of town, can you explain the origins of the question, Drew, do you expect the Dolphins to fight or break dance?
I can't remember. Who was the team they lost to? When I said after they said, earlier was Buffalo beat them 48-20. And I said, in all seriousness, yes, of course, the Dolphins are the type of team that when there's beef, when we got to settle something, they want to break dance, right? They don't want to fight. They want to idolize. They want you say, they don't want to knuckle. Yeah, they don't want to knuckle. The Ravens, the Cowboys, the New York Ravens, the Niners, the whole AFC North, they want to knuckle up. And I said the Ravens or the Dolphins want to break dance. And I personally believe it now. They have gotten tougher. It's not just Jalen Ramsey, but since he's been back, the defense has been much better. They're like top 3 in the league in sacks or some top 4, something like that. And so they are playing a tougher brand of football. And I do think they want to fight. They want to be ready to fight. But they're stepping up in class. I mean, they're stepping up in class, and I think the Ravens are going to have something for them. So I don't think it's going to be a demolition, but I think the Ravens are going to beat them pretty good.
Yeah, I don't think that's what it is. I'm done with them being that team that we look at that's pre-snap, window dressing, and fun to look at because of motion and formation variation. This team actually, they play very like the Daniel said, they play very well. And they have an advantage that the 49ers didn't have. Like, he plays a similar style of football offensively that the 49ers do. And so they have another week to make those adjustments that the 49ers couldn't adjust to during the game. I think they give a good fight, put up a good fight. I don't see them winning this game. I will not be shocked if it's a good fight.
I think it's really unfortunate for Miami that they get right after with San Francisco. Really? Now, normally, that actually works in Miami's favor. Like last year, every team lost the week after playing the Niners because the Niners beat them. But this wasn't a game where the Niners beat up the Ravens, but it is a game where the Ravens defense got a look at the Shanahan system a week before having to play a Shanahan protege. I understand it's not like they're running the exact same stuff. It's a similar concept, and a lot of the base stuff is similar. So I think that works in Baltimore's favor. I also do think Miami's defense, since Jalen came back, is a touch overrated. Because the quarterbacks they have faced since the Chiefs game in Germany. So think about how well it was like, what was those week 8 or week 9 8 game of the year? Aiden O'Connell, Tim Boyle, Sam Howell, Will Levis cooked in that game. Zach Wilson and Dak, Dak's the one really good quarterback they played, and he wasn't great in that game, but he was good, and he had the drive at the end. So I think Miami's defense is good, but not great, and they are now facing a great quarterback, obviously. But the oddest part to me about this game is, if the Ravens win this game, they have 11 points. If the Dolphins win this game, they have the inside track to the 1 seed. They just have to win their final game of the year. But the loser of this game could very likely end up being the 5 seed. So, like, the 1 seed is available to be had for the winner, and the loser is going to be holding on for dear life, not to fall all the way to the 5 line. So it is, for 2 teams that have locked up playoff appearances, this is a wildly important game. The difference between having the inside track to a bye-in home field and having to play on the road the whole postseason.
And Miami's not great on the road.
Correct.
So,
Greg, quickly, you talked about a schematic advantage the Ravens might have from seeing a Shanahan offense last week and going to see another Shanahan branch of the tree. Are you worried at all about the Ravens went into 49ers as big underdogs, came out of it Super Bowl favorites? I mean, they're number 2 with like all of a sudden they're like the hot thing. They're worried all let down confidence.
There's too much riding on like this team is they have because of Lamar Jackson. It's like they're set on nothing but Super Bowl. Like, and so when he fixates his mind on that, that's all they're going to look at. And you hear a guy like Patrick Queen make that type of a statement and say, this is the brand of football that we play. That means whenever, wherever there is green grass, lines, and a referee, we can have it, we don't need it. But we're going to bring our brand of football.
Look at timekeeping. Lamar,
God bless you. Good job. You know what? They can't all be more honest, and you guys were honest. Quiz.
Lamar went into San Francisco. Talking about we like being the underdog, and after all, being the 49ers, Ravens shot to the top of the power rankings in your local USA Today. So here's Lamar on their newfound acclaim.
It's all you. It's my turn.
I've always been a computer person.
Technology programs for a technology-driven world.
Keeping a level ahead is the most important thing for us right now, you know, because now the narrative is changing. You know, it was just, you know, this team is, the Ravens, you don't know about the Ravens now, it's all the other number one team, so we're not playing the mind into that, you know, I feel like that's big. You know, that's a clickbait.
On the USA Today. Baltimore over, under, or perfectly rated?
A touch overrated. And I'm going to say something here that it pains me to say because we think of these players so differently. The ratings are so different. The respect we have for them and how they go about their business is so different. But objectively, it's true. Lamar's likely to be MVP this year. If Lamar goes into this postseason and the Ravens lose their first game, no, worse, James Harden. You wince, and you do that because Harden is such like, I don't say right, but so much of the Harden stuff it feels like is almost non-basketball and those things. Unbelievable, unique, one-of-one regular season talent. Never quite seen a guy play the way he does. Won an MVP, came close to winning a bunch of others in Harden's case. For Lamar's case, we have 2 of them. Here's right now, as of this moment, show Lamar's playoff numbers. Lamar's playoff resume is terrible. It not a single game with a passer rating in the 80s or above. There's the one win he got came over Ryan Tannehill in that game. He was great with his legs. It was, so again, he wins the MVP and they lose their first playoff game and he plays poorly. That is going to be the narrative on him. And I don't think that is at like a 1 in 10 shot that happens. I think that is on the board. So I think
Here's why I don't like the Harden comparison. I think Harden melts down. Harden, like in the biggest games, like game 6, whatever, that's when he has all these turnovers or only takes 11 shots or misses, 80% of his shots or whatever it may be. Lamar, I think, has been soft in the playoffs. I don't think he's like melted down like the moment is too big. Early, obviously, in his career was like he can't really throw the ball that much, and he doesn't have great receivers. So I just think you're right in that it would be great regular season accolades, playoff, but that was true of Peyton Manning earlier in his career too. So I just think that it's for different reasons. Now I think they're perfectly rated because I think I don't know how you make an argument for any other team to be at the top of the AFC. I mean, they got the best record in the league. They got the best defense in the league. They've got the MVP front runner. They've got 9 wins over winning teams. Like, they've got the best resume. And yet, maybe part of you're an example of it. No one is saying they're wrong. No one is like San Francisco was a week ago. Everybody was like, it's a done deal. They win it. Nobody's like that on the Ravens. So I think they're actually perfectly rated. Favorite in the AFC. but nobody's like, you know,
Set of the season. I still think that they are underrated because of what you just said. Nobody thinks that they're world beaters, and they have passed almost every test that has been put out for them. And you talk about Nick, when you put those numbers up in the postseason, what I will say is he is already made this postseason to have to put way more line than he has ever been in this MVP year. Even he has been absolutely. The game that told me Lamar Jackson is ready and is going to be different this year in the postseason was the Rams. When they were down and they needed him to throw the ball, he was great. He was absolutely phenomenal. Listen, their fictitious game, playoff game, Chiefs at Ravens.
Yes, it really is, because you just missed the playoff game. I mean,
The Ravens are very nothing.
for a catchphrase, right? The show is not. What are you talking about?
Maybe. Take it out for a test drive. It's the second hour and first things first. Today, why one person here has the Chiefs on upset alert and Cincinnati to win straight up. Spoiler alert, he's wearing a striped tie. Meanwhile, why one person here thinks the defense are too tough for the Saints.
Dancing Dolphins. It's not me, but right now we're talking about the Lions in Dallas on Saturday night. Cowboys have lost 2 in a row, trying not to lose 3 in a row. Lions trying to prove that they're for real after clinching a playoff spot. Since losing to the Cowboys last year, only one team has been better than the Lions, the 49ers.
Really?
Yeah, you don't think that's interesting?
No, that's great. I think it's crazy the team won the Super Bowl hasn't been better than them. That's wild.
I'm talking about by the numbers.
Oh, okay.
I'm not talking about eye test and trophies.
Okay.
Nick, who you got?
I have the Cowboys big. I think a number of factors here. One is there is a natural letdown for Detroit, even though this is a big game. They just won the division.
I buy that.
First division for anyone on the team as a Lion, obviously, and for most of them, first Lions division win of their literal lifetime. I also think this is a tough matchup for Detroit because Dallas can pressure the quarterback, even though they didn't against Miami. We know they can. That's what Goff struggles with the most. And that Lions defense is bad. Flatly. Aiden Hutchinson's an excellent player. Brian Branch, I think, is going to be an excellent player already. He's very damn good as a rookie. But everybody moves along. Nick Mullins, for all his mistakes and getting benched for the rookie, fifth-round pick, he's had 400 yards on him. The Bears played him twice in the last 6 weeks, scored a combined 54. The Saints scored 28 on him. Chargers scored in the 30s. So Dallas needs the game. I don't think Dallas is going to lose 3 straight games. We talked last week about how they had lost back-to-back in 2.5 years. Now it's a lose 3 in a row, and it's in Dallas. All those reasons, Greg, I like the Cowboys. More than 4.5 was like I like the Cowboys to cover a bunch of points and tackle the quarterback.
Yeah, I like the Cowboys as well. As you know, I am on the Cowboy band.
Understood.
Yeah, welcome aboard. Because I got that.
I can't believe but I like the Cowboys simply because, like, when you think about all this week, what we've been talking about is, man, that defense. They gave up a game-winning score or field goal to the Miami Dolphins. Defense, what the defense isn't doing. Then we hear Michael Parsons making comments about the 49ers and what they are doing. Well, you have to make a statement. And this defense, last 4 games, 3rd worst in the NFL, and have just 4 sacks in total. Their last 4 games,
Vessel 6 has been confirmed destroyed.
Worst in the NFL. 4 sacks in the last 4. And you got Michael Parsons on your defense. Like, you have to make a statement. I understand where the Lions are at. They're a team that they're trying to find themselves. They want to have a statement against a really good team, as well as a team in the Dallas Cowboys. They don't lose at home. So I think all those things going in and being in this position, knowing you don't want to let the season. I was with Mike McCarthy. I lost week 4 at the time, week 14 and 15. And we
understand
won the
is
last
that
two
after that
games
was
were
released,
road
you fled from the
The
battle.
last two games of the regular season, and
Was
one also won the
annihilated.
Super Bowl. That's
Is
the
that
type of
correct?
momentum you gotta have going into the postseason with Dallas
I
Cowboys.
felt it was my duty to report
better
that.
win. It's as simple as that, or you two should be changing your Super Bowl picks. All right, really? I mean, really? Like, they better. I wouldn't even say that with your last. They better. It's not even just a 3 in a row. Because somebody that lost 3 in a row is probably into the Super Bowl. San Francisco or Philadelphia. But no, they have every reason to be hyped for this game. It's in your building. Now, I'm not saying I don't even play the do card, but at some point they're gonna lose at home. They got 14 straight home games. That makes you wonder, but I still think the Cowboys will win this game. I think that on paper it looks like a shootout, right? Because Detroit can't get to the quarterback, and like you said, people are cooked on them. So Dak, I think, is gonna have a big game. On paper, it looks like they should be in a run with the Cowboys. The Cowboys play a lot of man coverage defensively. They should be able to throw on that, like, if he in time, golf. So it could be a shootout, but I got Dallas 7 to 10 points.
This really sucks.
Awesome environment the Lions are going into. Great quarterback, great defense, the pressure of expectations. Weren't those the 4 reasons we said the Lions would also lose when they went to Arrowhead game 1? Yeah, they were. But it's all the same reasons. Nor was Travis Kelce. I mean, if the Cowboys were without nobody was picking the Lions. It was pretty across the board. Bills Patriots getting blown out. So more likely, if you go Bills blowout win or Patriots upset. Get back to you. As you look into it is just supposed to be what we're discussing. Yeah, there is here's what it says for the previous segment. Can Purdy prove anything? For the segment before that, Baltimore over under 44. This segment it says more likely Bills blowout win or upset loss, and then underneath it, parentheses, no chance we get blown out, but if someone says yes, I guess we can talk about it. Yeah. I assume you wrote that. And I thought it was such a dumb question that we shouldn't do it, because I think we're all going to be in agreement, like, there's no chance the Patriots get blown out. So I'm sitting here twiddling our thumbs. I thought the ratings were Why would there be, listen, I think the Bills are, I don't want to say as likely to blow you out as they are to lose. They should not lose this game. It would be vintage Bills to lose it to this team in this moment when everyone's right now ready to write the Bills story of them winning the division and getting to the Super Bowl. But the idea that they can't blow you out is lunacy. The idea, explain why you're so confident that they just blew out the Jets. And the Jets? Why? There is no Patriots. Hold on. Exactly. There's no Patriots. Robert Saleh is not Bill Belichick. Wow. There's no one in the world, in the football universe, that considers the Jets and Patriots massively different caliber of talent. Why? Because we've beaten the Jets 6. Okay, that's a different question. That's a different one. When you put these things are equal, except one has beaten the other one in the head-to-head contest 16. But they're not equal. The Jets have more wins. The Jets have been so. The Patriots are the Jets. Everybody knows it. One is the most embarrassing franchise in recent NFL history. The other one is the team. Greg's on his phone. That's all. Because they blew up. You're not getting blown out. You guys are right here. You've been here all. You're the biggest fan. You're not the biggest fan. You're the biggest fan. I mean, honestly, I think our defense is good. And Bill Jerry is saying the same thing. The Jets defense is not good. It's literally not good. We give up the 8th fewest yards per game.
Someone come here. You're inside my jammer.
And a lot of this, you guys, if this whole thing was to put me here, so be it, because I'm a truth teller. A lot of those early blowouts were 100% Mac Jones' fault. It was either pick sixes or bad field position that poor Mac Jones was putting the Patriots in. Bailey Zappi has played normal football, which is all we really need. Last game, which we beat the Broncos, he had 33 pass attempts. According to our football focus, which when they have good stats, we like it. If we have bad stats, we don't like it. None of his pass attempts were able to turnover worthy. So if Bailey Zappi plays a clean game, and the defense plays well, I think we will lose by 8 points. We're not going to lose by 14 points. Here's the other thing. We just played the Kansas City. We took this game. You said last game. We stuck to knees with time remaining inside the 5. You took these down in whatever. So we did that. It's a weird circumstance. We did some. Listen, man, I want mercy on you. I want to get up here and talk about how the Patriots can win. But this idea that we could just dismiss the possibility that they give up here and putting in last year. No, exactly. I repeat that. I'm not sure. While this was first looking at me, this does not give you credit. Just say, I'm like that. Baby, he was the baby. Well, thank you, whoever did that. And so I give you credit. I'm not saying Bailey Zappi is better. But sorry, you said I said you're better. I think a loss possible, but I think an upset loss is more likely now. Just because they're the Bills, they almost got beat last week by Easton Stick. I mean, really, they almost got beat by freaking Easton Stick, and I'm not saying they're going to lose. I'm just saying it is very possible.
So why am I getting lambasted? Because you're thinking like it's impossible. Greg, you think the Bills are going to blow them out?
Yes.
Blow them out?
Greg's about
I think they win by 8 by 10.